Kit Kazan, well respected, well liked, got into a bar fight with someone, and that person ended up dead on Horace's own land the following morning. Another body was found, I'm cutting the story short, another body was found a few hours later. 2 murders. The police, of course, knew exactly who it was straight away, no doubt, so they started a search. And the search went on for a number of years. And Gunnar was never found, partly because he was so well liked and so respected that no one, either indigenous or non-indigenous, were going to give him away. Horace was a magistrate for 20 years, representing law and order and all that. The police chief, Maitland Dougal, recorded somewhat angrily one day that he'd heard that Horace had treated Gunnar son, nephew, in the hospital. And so he went to remonstrate with the doctor that you should have told us about this. Horace said, oh gosh, I didn't think of that. Maybe I should, next time maybe. So he was clearly sympathetic to Gunnar too. In fact, the story I want to tell you was that in 1910, 11, a man turned up in Kispiox. And the police had been searching for him for a long time. They had Pinkerton invasions out looking for him. I mean, the police, it wasn't a racial murder, but it became racial because the police wanted to prove they were in charge. So he turned up in Kispiox, in the Reverend Lee's house. The Reverend Lee was a missionary, he was also in charge of the sawmill. Gunnar had ownership shares in the sawmill, and this man wanted Gunnar's money for it. And the Reverend Lee said, and this only came out in about 1948. Reverend Lee said, come back, tell Gunnar to come back in the evening, and I'll give him his money there. The man went away. Reverend Lee got into his buggy or horse and drove over to see Horace at the hospital, 10 miles away. He said, what am I going to do? Should I tell the police? Because then they'll come on traffic. Now Horace was a magistrate, so he said, first thought was to tell the police, because then they could go up and get Gunnar and get reward. Hugh Dawson said, there's a $5,000 reward by this time for him. Get the reward, etc., etc. He said, no, don't do that. Give him his money. Tell him if he gives himself up, he'll be fairly treated. And in hindsight, that's very wise because there could have been a gunfight. The man who was Gunnar himself came back in the evening. 2 big revolvers here in his belt with a bandolier, the caricature of a bandit. He had a friend with him. And Reverend Lee gave Gunnar his share in the profits of this sawmill and passed on Horace's message that he should give himself up, come in and be treated fairly. And he was going to do that. But then his companion spoke to him in Gitkazan and they had a chat amongst themselves. And then Gunnar decided he wasn't going to give himself up. And he said, I hear the air isn't very good in New Westminster, which is where the scaffold was. So he stayed out until 1919 when he did give himself up. He was tried for murder in Vancouver and acquitted. So of course he didn't do the murder, right? He was found not guilty by a good jury, and as Chris back there can tell us, a good jury's final determination of his innocence and guilt. So that's one story about Horace.